Hi! Hello! It's Rachel. I'm back! This year I'm challenging myself to read at least 50 books. The first book I read this year was 172 Hours on the Moon by Johan Harstead. This book was not something I would have picked out for myself. It's a sci-fi. I'm not really a big sci-fi fan. I'm trying to broaden my horizons, and I also read it because it's also a horror book, and I love scary books, and I heard so many good things about this one. I picked it up and I'm glad I read it because it was good and it kept me reading, and I really wanted to know what happened, and I was like excited to find out what was going on the moon because it's just creepy and scary. So I love scary books. I love scary books. I love scary things in general. I love scary movies. I love scary books. Red Rum! I'm crazy. 172 Hours on the Moon. It's about these astronauts. They have this lottery and they take 3 teenagers up to space from Earth. They want these teenagers to go on the moon space station that they built in the 70s, but nobody's ever used it. And they do the teenager thing just to get media attention, which is kind of weird, but anyway, you get this feeling that there's something they're not telling you. They say they're going up just for normal moon reasons, you know, like, I don't know what you do on the moon. They said it was normal things, but it wasn't, because there is something up there that is killing people. The moon's a bad place to go, basically is what I'm saying. The moon is scary. I would never want to go to the moon personally because I think it's terrifying. I think space is terrifying, so I was extra scared of this book. There's this astronaut in a nursing home and he finds out they're going to the moon, and he like just totally has a mental breakdown because he was at the moon and he survived, I guess, and he did not like what he saw up there, and then he dies, and it's really sad. Well, I thought it was sad. What I liked about this book was that it was very creepy. I wouldn't say it's super scary. I read it in a day, so I mean, that speaks for itself. And I liked that I learned a little bit about space that I didn't know. There were some facts in there that were true. It wasn't all fiction. There's things I didn't like about it. I didn't really like any of the characters. The only one I kind of liked was like Midori. She was the only one that was somewhat not a terrible person. I didn't like any of the teenagers. I thought they were all very shallow, and their reasons for wanting to go to the moon were pretty terrible, I would have to say. The teenagers were really whiny and complainy. They were like, oh, we're in space and we're bored. Like, we don't have our friends to hang out with or music to listen to, but we're not on the moon or anything. It's not like that matters. I didn't really like the astronauts. There was one good astronaut who tried to save them. The rest of them were pretty much not that great. There's this one woman astronaut named Caitlin Hall. She goes up there and she finds out they're all gonna die. So what does she do? Does she try to save people? Does she help them? Does she like comfort these kids that are up there on the moon because of these asshole adults that said, oh, let's send these kids up to the moon even though we know there's this horrible thing up there killing people? No, guess what she does? She goes and she raids the medicine cabinet in the infirmary on the space station. So she goes in there and gets all the good drugs and just takes them. And she's like, oh, we're all gonna die anyway. And then she's all like drugged up on the couch, just laying there like slobbering all over herself. And the kids are like, hello, help us. She was not a hero. She had some problems, and we didn't find out till later, and I don't know why they're sending drug addict astronauts up in space anyway. That doesn't sound like a good idea. None of this actually sounded like a good idea, so I don't know what these NASA people were thinking. It wasn't really quickly paced. The first half of the book all takes place on Earth, the second half takes place on the moon. I was pretty bored by the first half, and I know it was still good, but like, I didn't really care about the teenagers' lives, and I just wanted to get to the moon and get to the scary stuff. And once they do get to the moon, people start dying automatically and it goes really fast. So anyway, I like that. The ending was kind of like a twist ending, but I guessed it like way early on. I'm not gonna say what happens because I don't want to spoil it, but I knew what was gonna happen, so I was disappointed that I guessed that. I usually guess the endings of books, so that sucks for me. There's a little bit of a love story between two of the teenagers, or the boy and the girl, they like had this little fling. They go up to space and right away the boy dies. Their love story was like this short and it was quite sad. It wasn't really that sad actually. Besides the little things I didn't like, I enjoyed the book a lot, and you definitely should read it and see what happens at the end and see what the thing on the moon is that's getting everyone. It's, oh, my little dog is poking me with her little nose. And of course I didn't like everything about it, but who always likes everything about every book? It was translated from Norwegian. For some reason, I always end up reading Scandinavian books that are translated, and I swear to God, I never do this on purpose. It always just happens. It's like I'm attracted to them somehow. It's so weird. It was translated and I didn't even realize that it was, so it was very well done. The original book was called Darla. If you guys are gonna read it, if you've already read it, please let me know in the comments below. I haven't really been very active in the community, but that is going to change. I haven't made a video since NaNoWriMo. I was gonna make one when I won because I was super excited, but I didn't, and I'm sorry. I feel so bad about that. But I'm planning to make videos all the time now. I want to get to know you guys and subscribe to your channels and see what you guys are reading too. So if you have any recommendations of any books I should read or any reviews you want me to do, please let me know. Like this video if you liked it, and if you didn't, I tried, okay? Thank you guys for watching.